Bravo Land Uncorked.
I have a question for all of you out there. We did not inherit our money. So here we are for another episode of Bravo Land Uncorked, and we are going to be talking about the season premiere of the 20th season of the OG RHOC. Quick side note, we hosted a party last night with trivia leading into a watch party for all of it. It was super fun. Everybody had a great time.
A lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
I was shocked that how many people showed up. I really was nervous about that.
Well,
So,
we are united by Bravo and our local community.
yep.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yep.
It was really fun to hear how many people want to support like more events moving forward. The Bravo community is bigger than we think and apparently bigger locally than we knew. So we're excited to meet all of our new friends out there.
We got Brianna, we got Angela, we got Sherry, we got Tori.
And
Craig.
Yeah.
Craig.
Can't forget our boyfriend Craig.
So fun.
All right, well, let's just hop on into it.
when I rewatched it this morning on Peacock, and I don't know if anyone else got this, but the first commercial was Heather
Yes.
and
Gina
Gina doing
With the
laundry.
Purcell. Yeah, that was
So
cute.
I had it on and I was not in the room like watching it. And so I turned, I was like, why are they talking about laundry? And then I go, and why do we have a TV or a
Camera in the
it-
dryer.
Yeah. And then I was like, this is a commercial. Same thing. I was very confused. I was like,
It was a pricey commercial, but it was a good one.
yeah,
It was well done.
it was.
Because you thought the episode started.
Yes. Yes.
That was smart by
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Smart marketing.
Very
Was
cute.
smart.
So if you want to sponsor us, Priscilla,
Right. We're here. We're taking
And champagne,
sponsorship.
we're still drinking your champagne.
yes.
I haven't forgotten about you.
No,
That's right.
definitely not. Never will.
That's right. So I love how the beginning it started and Gina and Heather and Tamara are together to do scarf dyeing. And Gina was like, are you going to blow it up from being on?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Lewis
But
live.
they did you like how they kept saying that radio show?
Yes.
I
I was gonna love that.
I mean, Heather just loves some TikTok.
That was so funny.
I'm pretty sure she found this craft on TikTok, and
Yeah.
then they show all the things of her,
And
whatever.
she did it, and Heather's like, well, I found this on TikTok.
Yeah. It was hilarious. And then Shannon and Vicky in Mexico.
Yeah, that was the very beginning, which
So
was
funny.
amazing.
So funny.
I want to go.
Those two at Andales.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
go there.
I know, me too.
I like how
like
she said she was going to invest in them. They're like, no, we don't need you. And she goes, but I did put you on the map.
So she goes, I'm just known here. She goes, people ask about me when I'm not even here. And I was like, interesting.
I gotta ride that donkey.
I was just gonna say that.
Reality shows are no short of people with ego.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's.
1000%.
But I did like their little time together on the beach and their foot massages. I actually did that this vacation. It was an amazing foot massage. And I told you guys this earlier, but when they fell down trying to walk back from the beach, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah,
It's like
they're
the shenanigans are back. Hey, which
1000%.
we need.
Right. I
Need that.
agree.
But
Like,
wait, are the shenanigans different than the Trace Amigas? Or you're just saying shenanigans? Yeah. So
We met her boyfriend too, which Vicky hasn't really had the best success with.
this guy seems like very grounded and like down to earth and actually like a
Well,
good
I'm a little
guy.
suspect.
Well, so that's so funny because I've known him for a while because she does the Jeff Lewis show and he goes on there with him, and I've liked him.
Okay,
Like,
good.
I feel like they're a good couple,
Good.
and
He seems
Yeah.
like he calms her
yeah,
a lot. And I love the fact that she's like, he does his thing, I do my thing, and
Mhm.
and then we just come together and I know he's coming home. Like I just trust him that way. And they've been together for 4 years now. And Terry Dubrow is part of the cast.
is
Yeah.
she trying residency there?
She got a condo.
In case you want to know, public service announcement. You can't just go over to another country now.
and she said her visitor card was running out.
Yes.
That's why she couldn't leave.
She didn't know if
So-
she was going to make it to that party. Apparently
Yeah.
questioned their wealth.
I was wondering
If
that.
you're going out of the country for a long period of time, look into it.
She's like, I got to get out of here because I've got to ask this question to Heather.
I thought one of the best quotes of the episode came from Heather's mom, who, by the way, clearly has had some work done by Terry. I can't believe that woman was 84.
Right.
84.
She was
Yeah.
84.
Holy crap. She
Not
looks like
60s. I mean,
Yeah.
50.
she says God created Los Angeles, but he lives in New York.
I thought that was hysterical. And then she started talking to Sandler. Well, Heather's like, do you regret anything about your life and not being close to us and your grandchildren? She's like, Adam Sandler came out to the Hamptons. Why couldn't you? And she's like, what are we talking about? This she just entered a conversation.
I have a clue where this conversation's going.
Yeah.
Heather obviously has some resentment towards him, whether it's for the show or she's been waiting to air it. It's there.
Okay, remember when she's telling this Adam Sandler story? She goes, well, I wasn't there when he was there. I was traveling. And QUOG on the thing. I read my subtitles.
But sometimes the subtitles I've noticed are wrong because they spell Jerry wrong on Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
It's true.
Well,
I just thought that was funny.
as we're talking about Heather, I think she might actually, this is a prediction of mine. I think she might actually end up being the villain.
The villain.
Yeah.
Here's Gina, just gets engaged, and she's like, her ring is gorgeous, but do we know if it's real or man-made? Who gives a fuck?
Right.
I thought that was so incredibly rude.
No, that is so
And then
bitchy.
10 minutes later in another confessional, she's talking about when they were mentioning that last girls trip and the dinner invite with Tamara and all this. And she's like, I don't exclude people. I always include people and blah, blah, and all this stuff. And I'm like, but I guess my take on the inclusion and exclusion is kind of like her and her money. Every time she talked during this thing, I was like, I feel like she's getting a little bit.
Yeah. Well, she did admit, this cracked me up, when she's talking with Gina and Jen and about the group picture or whatever. And she's like, I wasn't looking who's in the picture. I care about how I look.
Yeah.
Well, because I was over here crying at the table and nobody cared about me.
Yeah, on the couch.
Yes, on the couch or whatever. I have
And
that
then they're
written
all,
down too.
and they're all talking about how she wasn't invited to dinner. And then Heather was like, yeah, you were invited to dinner. She's like, no, I wasn't. I only knew about it because Gina said something about it. And going back to your statement about her dissing on Gina's ring, Gina even says that Travis made a prototype. So she's like, this ring's fake as shit.
Yeah.
So she already knew because she's like, chances are he wasn't sure if I was going to like it until I liked it. He didn't want to do the real thing. So it's kind of like, dude, let people alone.
Yeah.
Do
And why
their
are
own
we like
thing.
judging
Letting her mom alone.
Right.
Correct.
But
Oh my
So
God.
do you
How
think you're
about her
right?
mom losing her dad? She lost her dad's ashes.
What? Yeah.
No, she lost her dad's ashes. She was like, you think you're going to find him? She goes, probably, maybe.
Well, she apparently has an avalanche coming out of one room. And she's like, how'd you get this so clean? Is that room going to just like fall in on me when
She
I
was
open
like,
up the door? She's like,
basically.
yeah. So Emily made her big reveal.
Oh my God. She looks
How
incredible.
much weight do you think she lost?
A lot.
Like how much? At least
I want to say at least 30, 40 pounds.
Wow. I thought looked great. Now she just.
I love how
super
she goes,
fit
can I
and-
just have a bowl of chicken?
Yeah.
And then Jen goes, is that how you look so good? I'm like, you're the one to talk, right?
Right?
She's got the best physique
Her
of anybody.
arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, her abs, like everything. Jen looks great too.
But I also
yeah,
feel like Gina, or Emily, sorry, just kind of glazed over. But in her confessional, she does say that going to the gym is therapy and all that kind of stuff.
And how about freaking Jen's son going 105 miles?
that is crazy,
And then they were like, there's not enough in and out hours to cover this.
right?
Yeah, but $700, I was like, dude, I'm surprised he didn't lose his license.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't believe he didn't lose his license either.
All I could think about was California must be different than here because that you lost your license. I doubt you're only paying $700. You're probably doing some sort of community
Yeah.
service.
Yeah, that's a super speeder ticket.
Yeah, somebody told me that their child had a super speeder ticket. And what they had to do was insane. Take a class, write an essay, community service.
Mhm.
The fine wasn't crazy because it wasn't 105. But I was like, the kid was like, this is a pain in the ass. I don't ever want to speed again.
I'm not mad at that.
No, not at all.
No, me
Yeah.
neither.
Yeah.
But $700 was like, that's it?
Yeah.
That's all you have
that
to
was,
do.
yeah, that was my thought. And then I
Yeah.
felt bad that Emily still struggles with
The-
her son.
Yeah, having the
Yeah.
pandas or whatever.
And she's like,
So
he's
wait.
on medication, but he has an eating disorder. So it's really hard. It's an acronym.
It's because of a swollen brain or something. I'm just trying to understand because I'm not.
I looked at it. I think it develops from strep throat or something. Sorry.
Oh, interesting. That is a thing.
Yeah, and like their brain swells, and then because the brain is swollen, then
You're right.
It-
Pediatric autoimmune neuropsychiatric disorders associated with streptococcal infections.
Look at that.
You said that in past
No, she did.
past season. She was like, all of a sudden, he was like this.
Just completely. He was having anxiety about
Yeah.
school. He was refusing all of his food. He didn't even want to eat like chicken nuggets.
Well,
stuff.
and
Like, I
it's,
felt so bad for him.
I think Emily, she's mentioned this too, actually on Jeff Lewis, like how she got a lot of shit for talking about her kids. But she's like, but it doesn't matter because then the overwhelming amount of people that talked to her or like sent her messages and was like, you helped me figure out what was wrong with my kid.
I
And
love
I
that.
think that these are
She's getting
important
a
things.
ton of advice from other
Yes,
moms
yes,
that have
she
been
said that
dealing
too.
with it, and like all this like support and like different ideas of things that she didn't even think about.
So I feel like that's why medicine advances like it does. Like back in the day, you didn't talk about any of that stuff.
Right.
And I feel like now people are much more open.
Mhm.
And I also, just on that note from your own healthcare, I just think you have to be your own advocate.
100%.
And talking about what's going on with you, you never know who in somebody else's family was
Yep.
dealing with the same thing. I think it's great that she shares.
It's great that we're having open conversations about normal things that
Mhm.
every mother goes through
Yeah.
on a daily basis. What's wrong with my kid? How do I make them better? How do I fix them?
Yeah.
One thing I found interesting in this episode, Emily and Gina, it's like all the other cast members are like rallying to defend why they're on the show. Because Jen's like, I mean, I just love Emily. And Tamara's like, I mean, I'll just never hate Gina.
Yeah,
Right.
Never.
And I'm like, okay, I hope that's not foreshadowing.
right?
But it was like all these
Oh.
people are like in love with it now.
I think a fun drinking game during this season should be anytime anybody uses the term lighter. They're like,
A
oh,
lighter.
Tamara's like, I just feel so much lighter this season. I'm going to be so much lighter.
Vicky.
And then Vicky says it about Tamara. And then Heather uses the term too. And I was like, is this the new California sober? You're lighter?
You're lighter.
I also felt like everybody's in an era.
Yes.
My engagement era.
Oh,
What
Right.
the heck?
It's my wild era.
Right.
Yes. I just heard that
I
word
feel
like
lighter.
4 times in the beginning. And then
cheers to that.
cheers to that.
Cheers.
Well, on kind of different, maybe some happier, slightly jealous news, why don't we have a friend that throws $75,000?
I mean,
I'm wondering that myself. I mean, hello, 1,000%.
Oh, it's
Fishing
fun.
for diamonds,
Inherited their money.
right?
She didn't inherit her money. Jesus.
Heather,
So mean.
Dude, Vicky is on a roll. Coming out strong.
Paul, Vicky, and
Beef, no, they don't.
that conversation was just like so awkward and weird, like out of nowhere.
And then and she starts the whole thing like talking to Gina and being like, I don't want to fight anymore. But you're the one who came in a blaze and talking
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Heather grew up in like Amsterdam, New York City. She didn't come from humble.
Squalor.
Right. No, she came from.
Don't forget, Terry worked at KFC.
KFC.
Mhm. She made that point.
Get that bucket
Yeah.
and biscuits.
I thought Shannon was boring.
So her with the dogs made me very sad because we know the
Old woman.
Yeah.
but her in the bounce house reminded me why I love
Yeah. She's really
She is in that. Like, how much of that is a little bit of a put on?
maybe, yeah.
I thought at first it was kind of funny, but then she kind of was like, oh, and I was like, that just seems like a put.
I was like, was she drunk in that? She was like slurring her speech. She was like, I was She's like, I didn't say that, all stuff. And I was like, probably not the greatest clip to like share. Not everybody in the world follows Shannon Bedore and stuff.
Shut the door.
The door, Shannon Bedore.
Well, on that note, I would say until the very end, I thought the whole episode was boring as shit. And I
Yeah,
was thinking, I
it
was like,
was
is this
pretty-
season going to suck?
And they like literally introduced the new lady for like 1.5 seconds. And like you literally, hi, I'm Carmela. And then like they panned to something else.
And then what was the queen of bow to her? I was very confused about all of
Oh
that.
yeah, like everybody's like, oh, Vicky, you've got to bow to the OG, the queen, and she's like, that's what it was. But it ends with like, obviously Heather's gets in Vicky's face, which I thought was funny because now we have a new clip.
Yeah.
And
That
then
was
how
hysterical.
Jen decides to tell on Heather, like when you're not around, people talk shit behind your back.
To Tamara. Yeah.
And by the way, she did know that Tamara and Heather had had a conversation and that they kind of squashed it. She's like, whatever, we're going backwards anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's
She's like,
what
we
I
have to go backwards to go forwards.
Saying back to the point of the beginning when everybody's like, you were saying, I love Gina and I love whatever. And I mean, Jen's not wrong.
And I thought, okay, Jen's coming out this season.
Yeah.
looks like
She's
it.
like,
I'm like, okay, can I ask a question? I
No.
can't decide if I like her or if I don't like her because I feel like her niceness seems to be authentic and like she seems to be like a real person, but then she does things like that where she goes and tells the whole conversation that she had with someone to the person that they were talking about. But she kind of like twists it in a way where it makes the person upset when it wasn't necessarily an upsetting conversation if they would have seen it like we see it. And so therefore I'm like, is she a villain or like, is she cool? Like, I just don't know.
I think she's a little ditzy, and I think she's trying to
Agreed.
be a friend. I think she's a hard person to get mad at, in my opinion, because she's very calm and chill. So I think that she's got that going for her, but it could be her come out season, but she's still not going to get married this season.
Oh, no, 1,000% no.
No, nobody believes that.
No.
They definitely believe that Gina and
Are we sure
Well-
she didn't get married already in a bikini?
no.
Remember that was last season?
Yeah.
No.
No, Paul walked in on that scene and he was like, is this what you watch?
I was like, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
Well, Tamara is lighter because she's taking a beat before she's going to respond.
Yeah.
If I found that, found that shocking how she just ran out the door.
She's like, okay,
Yeah.
Didn't even say anything.
Process.
I'll process this.
There are a lot of family themes. So we've got Heather's mom, Gina's mom, Emily talking about her kids, scene with Jen and her kids, Shannon on the phone with her daughter,
And Tamara's daughter's moving
Tamara's daughter. And so I wonder how that will thread through the season. But,
out. Interesting.
What do you think about Gina not taking potentially Travis's name?
That was an interesting
Wait,
conversation.
so Gina was basically saying that she kept her
Oh, yes.
because she wanted to have that unit with her kids.
With her
Yeah.
kids.
Which I understand the want to do that.
Was it Gershweiler
Yeah,
Mullen?
and she goes, but I'm not hyphenating. She goes, I'll be on the phone for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it was so funny.
like,
She was like, it's like-
nightmare.
it's like an 18-letter name at that point. Like, I can't do that.
But if I'm Travis, and obviously,
I see
like,
both sides.
I do too.
I would be.
Hyphenate it. Can she just make that her middle name?
She says she wants to have the same
Last name is her kid.
I guess I never thought about it from the next person's point of view.
Well,
Because that's fun.
I don't want to give up my last name. I love my name. You know what I mean? Brianna Brennan. It just kind of flows off the tongue. It's like
Yeah.
really cool. It's really pretty.
I agree. So I still have some accounts. Guest star.
Hey, guest star. What's up, Colton?
Oh, okay.
To wrap it up, cheers for us.
I will be interested to see next episode of where this all lands from when Tamara just left. So they kind of left us empty-handed
Mhm.
to see about her between her and Heather. And again, back to the if Tamara's all lighter,
We'll
whatever.
see.
I feel
So-
like this is going to be an explosive season from
The thing,
everything
let's
that they
find.
showed after.
The rest
Yeah.
So I'd like to cheers to us all finding a bar where we can ride a donkey.
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
Cheers.
Bye, y'all. Like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next month, August 11th.